Hello everybody and welcome back to City Skylines, where I've been running the simulation here for a little bit, and I've come to some conclusions. For one thing, I did change this back to being two-way here and here, and it did to some degree alleviate some of the single lane issue here, because now people can come in over here when they're going to the cargo airport, and that helps. But I think ultimately the biggest issue here is that there are altogether too many cars coming in on this lane, and no amount of capacity that we add is going to change that, because it's all just single lane. So what we need to do is we need to have fewer vehicles trying to come to this area. We've got a cargo train terminal and a cargo airport hub here as our primary drivers. I think what we need to do is we need to realize a large amount of our traffic is coming in from down here. Like a very large amount of our traffic. So hypothetically, what if we were to eliminate a section of railroad here and create some space over here and put in another airport hub, or rather another cargo terminal over here. Not cargo airport terminal, cargo train terminal. Somewhere in this vicinity would be, I think, ideal. So let's do that, and let's see how exactly that ends up changing things. So I'm just going to take that out. I'm going to take this section of train track out as well. And then we're just going to create ourselves a little bit of territory over here. We'll need some space. Something kind of like that should be hopefully okay. And then we would run a road through here to about here. We may need a little bit more space. Let's see. For a cargo train terminal, it has to be placed roadside. So we would actually need, I believe, to have this road going this way. Like that. I think. Maybe. And then this road would be only for this train terminal. And yeah, this actually fits. So then we'd put that there. And then we need to connect the train tracks over here. I think I would rather take this back a little bit more and try to curve it in kind of like that. That might be a little overshooting, actually. Yeah, I think that overshoots it slightly. So maybe to there. And then this is actually really close as is. We'll just take that out and reconnect it in. Not on the curve tool, I think. Just the straight line tool. Like that. Okay, so that gives us another cargo terminal over here. Where's the entry point? I believe the entry point is right over here. So this is likely to be not used here. Yeah, something along the lines of that. And that will hopefully reduce the pressure up here. It's the theory, anyway. Flooding over here? Oh, right. We're going to have some water issues for a little bit. Do I have a pumping station in the vicinity? We kind of don't. We're probably going to have to repair some of this. The water will deal with itself. Like, we won't have to have this for too long. But, I'm guessing we're going to have some damage here. The water is currently flowing back out. So that's good. We are going to need to redo these keys. Which apparently is how that word is pronounced. It really looks like quay to me, but apparently it's pronounced key. Okay, the flood is spreading up over this way, but it'll deal with itself eventually. It's already going away. So it'll be fine. People just have to deal with a little bit of water. I'm sure they can handle it. Okay, so I do want to get rid of this section of key here, as well as this section. And let's go ahead and take this up over this way if we can. Shoreline required. We may end up having to wait a moment here for this water to go away. The water is still leaving. I'd like to run it under here. But apparently that's the best we can do. Okay, that'll do. Do something like that. And then like that. Okay. Excellent. Now this water should get dealt with over time. And it looks like we are indeed getting some of this traffic over here. Which is good. Is it alleviating this traffic? I believe it is. The real question is, do we now have a traffic jam here? The answer appears to be in the affirmative. And I'm wondering if we maybe want to remove this road and have an off-ramp directly to here. I'm not sure how much that would help. We've definitely got some backup over here now. That means that they're coming in from all the way over here. Oh, and we've developed a bit more backlog over here. We should probably consider expanding our trains, actually, in reality, to some of our other commercial areas. How's this hub doing? Yeah, our cargo transportation system is definitely causing some traffic issues. And I think the proper solution there is to expand our cargo transport system. Offices don't need it. Commercial spaces do. So, like, this would need potentially a train station. Getting a train station here would be interesting. Or rather, getting train tracks over in here would be interesting. We could maybe utilize this territory, but we'd have to probably go underground. Yeah, I'd have to think about it. But we can definitely get one up over here. And I feel like we need one over here. So let's go ahead and put one down. I think right here would honestly be the ideal location for one. So a cargo train terminal, right up over here. We'd need to take out these keys and redo this. I'm assuming we're going to have to do some terraforming to make this work. Actually, that just works. Okay. So then we'd rerun the key, kind of like that. And then we would need to figure out a good way to connect this up. We can run tracks all the way around, and then connect the tracks in down over here, perhaps. That wouldn't necessarily be the worst idea. It'd be a little lengthy, to be sure. So we would just then run the tracks up over this way. We would need to bring them up a little bit. About like... Actually, this is fine. We bring it up about like this. Put it on a curve, and we'd take it around perhaps something like this. Ruin all of our shorelines in a wonderful fashion. I like it. Glorious. We can squeeze right through here. Can we connect in over here? This would be ideal. We can get underneath there. But this is slightly lower, it would seem. We're going to have to go to the minimum height step and redo this section of highway. Go up to right about there is, I think, fine. And then connect it in like that. It messes up our bridge a little bit, but I think that's okay. Still space already occupied, huh? It thinks there's a pillar there, but there actually isn't. Okay, we'll take that out for now. And try to get this in. We're getting space already occupied up here. I think we have to take this out too. So then we would curve this in like that. And now we'd redo both highways. Okay, so we'd need to bring this up a height step like that. And then that space already occupied, so of course we need to bring that up a height step. Place it about... Actually, not there. I want to make these bridges pretty much identical. So right there, and then right there. Yeah, I mean, oof. That's a little awkward. We'll just pretend that didn't happen. We'll reconnect these up. We will need to go up in height, I believe. Like that. And then we need to take this power line out of here. Oops, I did not get it. There we go. And then connect that in. Okay, so there's that line in. And now we're going to need to come down this way, which should be a little bit easier. So then we would curve that straight underneath, like that. Easy peasy. Okay. So in theory, we should now start seeing this cargo train terminal get heavy use as well. And that should lower pressure on our other cargo terminals over here, as well as on this. In theory. Now we definitely need to get some traffic moving over here. There's no doubt about that, because we have dead people waiting. Do we have crematoriums over here? We do. We should maybe get another. I'll put one there. Okay. Excellent. Now, how are we going to go about getting a train station in here? Do we go over the highways? Do we go underground? I don't know, but a train station right about here would be ideal. We'd have to take out probably this street. And then we would place the train station, like... we need a little bit more space, actually. So we'd probably take out this street as well. And then we'd place the train station about right here. Maybe here? We're still going to have space issues, is the thing. Looking at where the train tracks are going to be, we're going to be hard-pressed to get them underground or overground. That's going to be interesting. I think for right now, I'll go ahead and put these back in. There we go. And we'll just... I mean, maybe we do want to have it down over here. We could move this firehouse over here. We could move this recycling center over here. And this elementary school? Why is there an elementary school in the pollution district? I don't know. But I'm going to move it over here. This would be a good spot for an elementary school. Okay. You guys no longer have to go in the pollution for elementary schooling. That's probably a good thing, right? So then we can take these two roads out. And then we could theoretically put the cargo train terminal here. We may have to take out these two roads, or at least one of them, and relocate this. We'll see what we've got for the ability to get this thing underground. I mean, we could theoretically set up an intersection over here, like this-ish. But I would much prefer we get this underground. Yeah, space too steep, or slope too steep. I think what we do is we go ahead and get this out of here. And then we move this guy over to be about right... We'll try here. That gives us a little bit more space. And then we can maybe get you underground. That slope too steep.
Drop us a line and let us know. Maybe I'll see you there.
Lights, camera, move. There's nothing like watching a movie to take you to.
Of course, that's way slope too steep. Yeah. Can we get in over here underground? The answer is no. We absolutely cannot. Okay. Can we go above ground? I'd be a little surprised. Like that slope too steep there. If we were to bring it here, yeah. Like, it's going to be very difficult to get train tracks out of here, but we need to do it. We need to figure out a way. We might be better off if we put this road back. We'll have to move this guy back this way again. Then we put this road here. We move this recycling center over this way-ish. Actually, we move the recycling center over here. We move the firehouse over here. The disaster response unit is rather large and is going to kind of be in the way for what I'm thinking. Well, maybe not, actually. Yeah, I think this is okay. For right now, we're going to need to move this incineration plant. Where do we put it? Well, it's a good question. This is temporary. Very, very temporary. We're going to take these streets out of here. And then we've got a metro station here. Crematorium here. We're going to temporarily put the crematorium there. The botanical garden should probably not be in the pollution district, now that I think about it. Maybe that could go up over here somewhere? Like perhaps here? Space already occupied, okay. Maybe over here. That's kind of big. Maybe just down here. On this campus. We've got plenty of room on the Seaside College for right now. Okay. And then, the idea here is that we move this over here, like so. And now we move all of these to be centrally located over here. Firehouse, incineration plant, crematorium, like that. Then, ideally, I'm hoping this works, we take this up over here, and we go underground. And it would appear that that does, in fact, work. Excellent. Now we need to do the same thing over here, which should be roughly there. Okay. That's a start. And then we need to figure out a way to get these connected in properly. And we're going to have to avoid the metro tracks. Of course, we're going to need to go further underground here. About like this. And then I think we just run these train tracks underground over this way. Something like... we'll go over here-ish. And then go underneath here. That slope too steep. that space already occupied. Okay, so we're going to need to take this back a little bit. This is not where I wanted to be. There we go. So we're going to need to take this down a little further. Space already occupied all the way down. But this works, for some reason. Okay, we'll do it. And now, we need to bring it up. How is this going to work coming out of the water? Yeah, we can't do it like that. It's going to have to come up over here, isn't it? So we're going to have to bring it back down underwater, or underground, like this. And then we're going to have to bring it up over here, like that. And then connect it in somewhere over like that. It's real awkward. But I guess it gets the job done. Now the question is, what about this direction? We're going to have to find a way to get it off over here. We're going to need to have it go down a little bit deeper to avoid this metro. There we go. Avoid the metro. And then it can come up, I guess, over this way? And try to surface over here? Space already occupied. Yeah, this is slope too steep. We are actually too low right now. So we need to bring this up towards the surface from this point. So then we would bring this up towards the surface, but not quite to the surface. Around... I want to have this not snapping, actually. Right about here. Now it can snap again. I want to bring this up to the surface. What just happened? That's not at the surface. Okay. I want to bring this up to the surface over here. I think we're going to have to take out a road. I think we're going to need to take out this road to make this happen. Or at least, for now, we'll need to. And then maybe we can put the road back in. Space already occupied there. So I think we need to bring this to here. And then bring it up like this. And then bring it up further out over here. And then we can curve it in kind of like that. Okay. Now can we get this road back in there? I'm a little bit of a doubter. We could maybe curve it under there, but I think ultimately we may just have to exclusively extend the road to there. Maybe run the road out a little bit. So I'm pretty sure we can't get the road underneath here. Right? Yeah, that's not a thing. We could run the road like this. I'm not sure that that's useful. But then it would be kind of like that. Okay, well, we managed to get a cargo depot in here. The question is, at what cost? Because, it's a bit exciting. And now the real question also becomes, do they start using it? How's this one doing? It looks like it's not being very heavily used yet. But that will probably change. And this one over here should be lessening our load on other cargo areas as well. Yeah, we can see that there's already a forestry truck coming in here. Multiple trucks, actually. Or mining truck coming in, too. Excellent. So those are trucks that would not be going over here, or would normally be going probably here. This traffic has become acceptable, in my opinion. Yeah, I think this traffic is now acceptable. This over here is actually kind of acceptable too. Although I'm not a huge fan of them turning around over here and then going in. This is awkward. What if we were to take this out and just have it be going to there? Does that clean things up? I feel like it does. Yeah, that's an improvement. Excellent. How are things up over here? Still really backed up, but hopefully that'll take some of the pressure off of this system. Anyway, it is pretty much time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode we're probably going to continue expanding our cargo depots. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.